Hello, nerds. We are here again with the lovely Jon. What is up, Jon? What's up?
What's up? My 3-month commitment to coming on the show has come
I
up.
know. I know. And I can't be any more excited because we get Argyle. And Team Argyle. I am so excited. There he is. Yes. My favorite thing that I have found in the last year. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, we went live a couple minutes early because you got to bounce to go pick up some kiddos.
Yep, got those fatherly commitments getting in the way.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna give a couple seconds because we got GT in the chat. What is up, GT? How are you doing? We had you lovely self jumping in the chat, and I gotta say your avatar is amazing. It be popping every single time somebody pops that on there, and I'm like, haha, there's Jon. What's up? And then we got Loke chilling with us. What's happening, Loke? How are you doing? So hi on this lovely Friday, which is like 1,000 degrees today.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream. And for those just joining us and they don't know who you are, I don't know which side this is on. We're gonna make it weird, and then you can introduce yourself to the lovely people watching. Let's go.
Hi, hello, Jon. Everybody. If you haven't caught me the last 3 times I hogged Katie's show, I am Jon Westhoff. I am the writer, publisher, letterer for Time Comix. What is Time Comix? Well, it's just a silly name to put my self-titled collaborations with other comic creators that I can't find anybody else to publish, so I publish myself. I've been doing it for about 15 years. This is my second venture into the business side, second company I've worked with, and yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Very nice. I'm excited because the last time you were here, you were just finishing up the first arc of Drumsticks of Doom. Now you're here with the new series. It's the new one.
Yeah. So we decided to do Drumsticks of Doom as a series of mini-series, a la Hellboy or other popular comics in that vein. It is definitely a continuing story, but we thought we'd give people a chance to kind of jump on. Each kind of arc has its own kind of flavor. So the first arc, of course, is our main character. For those who don't know, Drumsticks of Doom is what if Black Sabbath, not the Beatles, became the most popular band in the world, and thus the universe was changed forever, musically and otherwise. And our main character, Lana, is thrust into a battle to keep heavy metal on the top of the charts when she finds a magical pair of drumsticks. So obviously the first issue was getting to know the cast. She's kind of thrust into this world she's not ready for. But, you know, she's a musician. She's still trying to play her music, write her own music, kind of secretly on the side. And the second is her collaborators encouraging her to record her first album. So they go off to the mysterious Silver Mountain and record their first album. And that's where we're at with the series.
Perfect. I have enjoyed it so much since I ran into Dan last year and picked up this series, and I have really, really, really liked it. I like all the monstery demon, all kinds of stuff happening, but Argyle steals the show for me every time I see him. I am just so pro this little guy.
For those who don't know, Argyle is our 8-legged arachnid alligator hybrid. He's an arachnigator. I was kind of thinking of this world of heavy metal and like alchemy and witchcraft and stuff, and what would people do in a world like that? And I was like, oh, you know, they'd probably try to make hybrid creatures. I said to my daughter, what would an alligator look like crossed over with a alligator, and what would a spider look like crossed over with an alligator? So she drew me up at 8 years old, and I was like, well, now it's got to go in the book. And then of course, if I had known Dan drew the most amazing alligators in the world, I would have had it from day one. But of course, Dan turns in this amazing art, and now of course Argyle has become a thing of his own. He's very popular with the fans, and now we're branching out into Argyle related merchandise. So we have our first stuffed animal here. This is only the prototype, but this is what you will get in the campaign on ZOOP. So even if you're not into comics, we have kind of fun things. And then, again, we try not to go overboard with the merch, but, with Argyle being such a fun character, Dan was super into the idea. He's never had a stuffed animal character in his 20 years of creating comics.
Yeah.
My daughter obviously was super into it. So she was like, oh, yes, can we do this? And so we researched it. It was much more affordable than we thought. And we thought, why not? It's something fun. Even if they end up, a box ends up sitting in my basement for the next 20 years, we have this fun thing that we created.
I highly doubt that because one, even if you're not into the series and you see this, you're going to want it because it's freaking adorable. Like, how could you not want an arachnid gator?
Right. Plushie. Little 4 eyes here.
Yes. And speaking of Dan's, we have Dan Plagle. What's up, Dan? How are you doing? And we have Joe. What's up, Joe? You look at this little spikies. Look at the little eyeballs, the teeth. Come on.
And actually, when I ordered him, I did not know he was going to be this big. He was way bigger than I thought. So that was kind of cool too. When I got him in the mail, I was like, holy crap. So yeah, it's just been super fun. Again, we do like the metal covers because that makes sense. We have a heavy metal comic. We've done the glow in the dark drumsticks because the power's in the book. So we're trying to not just kind of shove things down people's throat, but we want to see what people want. And like you said, I have to think this would kind of be an easy sell at conventions. Kids who come up and don't really want our comics, and it'll be something fun and a fun way to engage people in a different way. And again, at the very least, I have this cool thing that Dan and my daughter and I created together.
It's really good to suck people too into Dan's booth because he's got like his Beardo stuff and then the drumsticks, because that's how I found him. I was trying to figure out in which booth he was with, and I realized he was the same booth. Because it's just two vastly different areas of art that he does.
And Dan and
I'm so glad. Yeah.
A book to kind of go with it, like a more cartoony, his Beardo style. Because Dan, if anybody hasn't seen co-creator extraordinaire Dan Dougherty's work, he is such a versatile artist, which most artists can kind of hone in on one style and do it. I mean, Dan can switch, panel to panel, page to page. He can really do it all. He's just so amazing. I'm so lucky to have him. And to have him as a friend for one, and then he happened to have the excitement and availability to work on this book with me. He's the star of the show. Even if the story ends up being not for everybody, you're going to get amazing art, front to back. That's for sure. It's
so cool. Oh, we're going to get to your campaign because I know we're kind of limited on time, but I'm excited about the blanks on this. Oh wait, are you frozen? Okay.
The blanks?
Is it? Well, it's the black cover, but
the sketch covers, yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get to that too.
But I don't think I know anybody who's actually gotten a sketch. I didn't think people would kind of like the idea because they are homages to albums. So I thought, that would be cool. But I thought people would be like, getting drawings on them. People just seem to like
I want to pick one up and I want to draw Argyle on it.
All right.
That's what I want to do. Yes, but Dan here is super into this idea, and he says excellent linking book. Yes, you're gonna like this, Dan. We'll be pulling it up very soon, but let me drop your link as well. Here, let me drop your
thank you so much, Dan. And I will say no pressure. Your audience is always great to us and always supporting and sharing. And but if we get one single backer while I'm on the air, I will give another exclusive to Kpop. Once again, she will have exclusive first viewing of Argyle merchandise to come.
More Argyle merchandise? You have me sold already, let me tell you. Also, Dan Plagle is also a creator as well. So yes, very cool. So let's go to your campaign because this is the good stuff right here. Hold on, let me click the buttons. Let me see. There we go. And there we go. Boom. Ta-da. Okay. So let's see. The last time we were here for a different. Wait, no. There we go. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. There we go. All right. Well. All right. So if you guys are here and you're looking at ZOOP and you don't know how ZOOP works, ZOOP. So you add stuff to like your cart. See the little cart right here. You just kind of add whatever you want, and it goes up there, and you check out. You don't pay right away. It's like Kickstarter. You pay once it funds and once it's over. The campaign is over.
And I appreciate you clarifying that. I mean, people have had a lot of questions. I like the layout of ZOOP because looks like a web store, but it's not really clear that you're not going to be charged till the end. It is still a crowdfunding site. So I think that I have to feel like that's scared some people off. Some people have told me they've had trouble checking out. Another guy told me he had a bad experience with ZOOP. So we've had some kind of weirdness with ZOOP. I think, you know how it is, right? We all get in we're all used to certain things and we kind of do that. But in this day and age, I thought it was time to kind of step out and do something a little different. I actually approached ZOOP on doing a relaunch of the trade paperback, thinking, we did pretty good on Kickstarter, but maybe we could kind of get it out to different audiences. And they were like, yeah, it looks great. And we're really into it. But, we kind of share the same audience with ZOOP. And Eric over at ZOOP was like, we really want the next book. We're so excited. And so it was nice to kind of have somebody, be excited about it and want to work with you. But I also understood that this, it was going to be a bit of a challenge, right? Because it's always, hard to get people out of their comfort zone. Not everyone's like us who just goes to any site where there's a comic and throws their credit card information on there and just says, give me the book. And I totally get that now. But like Katie said, you check out. If we don't end up funding, you won't be charged. If you want to change it before the end, you can. So don't feel like, you're going to get charged as soon as you click that button. It's not like that. Although we do only have 12 days left. So hopefully we'll be able to get over that line.
For sure. And we're gonna go over this big time. And what is up, Kev? Yes. And what's up, Chip, all the way from the Twitch. What is that? Is that Chewbacca? Nice. Nice. Yes. So if you haven't seen, we're on here. We're going through ZOOP right now. And you are a little over halfway. You're at almost $2,500 of your $4,000 goal, and you have 12 days left. So I believe this is fully able to get funded. We're gonna rock it. We're gonna share the crap out of this. We're gonna get this going, and yes, let's go. One thing I want to shout out to ZOOP for, which is really cool because I complain about this all the time on other sites, is once an image is on here, you can't click it, but you can click on this to make this larger.
Yes, I definitely, as a buyer of many books online, that's why I kind of got attracted to ZOOP.
Yes.
How they lay out the graphics, like you said, it's just Kickstarter with their pledge tiers is very awkward, and you can never really, what am I getting again? And you got to go back to the page and look at the art. They really do kind of lay it out a little better, but we still love Kickstarter. They've been very good to us. We have no intention of leaving them forever or anything like that, but trying something different. So I definitely agree with you. I like it. You can do the bundle tiers like Kickstarter, or you can just, again, here's all the stuff, put what you want in your cart and check out,
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go down here real quickly just so you can see how it's laid out. So literally you just click something and you can add it to your cart, and it goes up to your cart up here, and then it'll tell you how many items, and then you just check out. So it's not that difficult, because I already went on here and I got your early bird special, like when it first launched within the first 24 hours. Like I cannot miss my Argyle plushie. Like you have no idea how excited I am about this. I wanted that since I've seen it. But I will be I want to add the sketch cover because I've already got some green Poscas in mind and some stuff I want to do in Argyle.
Click on that one for me.
Which one? The
click on that.
Yes.
Can anyone in the audience tell me what that is in homage to?
Yes, which I really love that you guys do metal and rock covers on every one of your Drumsticks covers. I love those. That's one of my favorite things that you guys do.
And I've kind of decided to do them with each issue 1 of the series. Again, it's a fun way to introduce sketch covers if people want to do them. And honestly, that was kind of a last minute thing. I was like, we were about to launch on Kickstarter for the first one, in 2022. And I kind of just thought, well, what does this need? It needs a sketch cover. I said, oh, that'll be fun. Dan can do some sketches. And I was like, oh, it needs a black sketch cover. And then, of course, immediately you think, when you're into heavy metal and you think black, you think the Black Album from Metallica. Yeah. So the first one is the Black Album. This one, ? Does anybody know? And then the third one I already have planned out. So it's kind of fun. This is one of the few comics I've ever designed a logo for. So I'm very proud of our logo. I do not do much as far as design and art. So, I have fun with these two, kind of being part of the cover crew on my own books is pretty fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to get it to check because I already know a couple people probably might know. Shelby, you might know. Kev, you might know. You guys are awesome. But I already heard it when Dan was so excited about it on your stream. Right. So I'm not going to blow anything. But yeah. But what I'm going to do say is I love your font. It's so like 80s metal. I love it. It's so good.
And it is. I did the Doom part I did in Illustrator, but the font is Manowar's font. It is based on the band Manowar and their album cover, so it is very much exactly an 80s metal thing.
Awesome. And shout out to my little bro who is in chat today. What's up, little bro? Sup? Yes, he just realized I had a channel. Sub to me today.
Wow.
Let's go.
That's funny.
I know. He's going to be coming later to steal the PS2 for a while. I know. All right, let's go over your tiers. All right, so this was your early bird special. If you got it early, you got a discount on the book and the plushie.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if that feels a little disingenuous for people like you who jumped in right away. We decided, I talked with ZOOP, we didn't kind of have the exciting burst at the beginning. So we said, you know what, let's leave it up. We still want to do a bundle deal. If people want to get the new issue and the book, why not? So even though, it seems silly to kind of keep an early bird special rolling, we figured, what the heck? That's
awesome.
Get people, at a great price who are willing to support this.
So that's so cool. So if you guys are thinking about getting either or, this is the bundle for you, because this is the one that I picked up earlier when you guys first launched. And for $30, you're getting the first issue right here and the adorable The adorable, and I cannot specify that anymore. The adorable Argyle. Let's Go is just fantastic. The best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And what is up, Tate? How are you doing?
And by bundling them together too, you save a couple dollars on shipping.
Yes.
I'm always agonizing over shipping costs and all these wonderful backers that come back, campaign after campaign. So I always try to give people, value for their dollar.
Yeah. So what I haven't done this yet because I already added something to my cart. So I'm going to add it again. So I wonder, does it still just update your cart after you've already ordered something, or does it go you're backing again?
It would be like a separate order. So you would need
to go order.
and alter that order, which I actually have never done. So I wouldn't actually.
Okay, well, I'll figure that out. We'll be figuring that out because I want to get a couple blinks because I need to draw
whatever you want. You're so good to us. We'll just throw it in your bag. Just send me an email.
No problem. Okay, and then we got here your PDF copy. So we got $4 for a PDF. That's pretty awesome. And that's a 22-page book with just full of action and awesomeness galore. And then right here, you got the Dan cover right here. This is so good. There's Argyle. It is full glory. Look at this. Look at this. Look at those little arms.
I told Dan when he was like, "Well, what do you want for this to start this series?" I always give him very little direction, and it was just like, "Yeah, I kind of want like a like the Star Wars, Stranger Things type. Here's the crew, what's going on?" And he's like, "Say no more." And he's like, turns in this awesome flying Argyle thing. It's awesome.
If anybody should fly, it's Argyle. I mean, Argyle's already the most adorable thing on the planet. I look at the two little eyeballs, the teeth. Look at these clawed hands. It's so good.
I know Dan draws the best alligators. It's amazing.
I love it.
There's nothing he can't do.
I love it. Yeah. So that was what was it? Okay, that was $7, and then for $15 you have your Dove. What is this? Chisholm?
This is Dave Chisholm, the amazing creator of Chasing the Bird and the Miles Davis biography for Z2. Ooh. He's an amazing doctorate level trumpet player as well as an amazing illustrator. So, of course, I've been chasing him for a while to do a cover for us. He was very gracious in doing so. And again, I gave him a little direction. I just said, you know what, Dave, you always do amazing music in your books. Like when you read his books, he embodies what I would like to do with comics, and that's bring the feeling of music to the page. And I just said, draw Lana playing drums. And this is what I think her drum set would be. It'd be a 3-piece. And he said, I got it. And of course, he nailed it.
This is awesome. Oh, dude, this would be a fantastic, like, blacklight poster.
I know. I should do that. I just did
so
my
good.
first blacklight metal cover for another series. I'm like, I got to do this one.
Nice. I love that. No, these colors are fantastic. And I love how the drumsticks are, like, alive with, like, she's drumming galore.
Yeah, so good. So good. We did
really good.
We have like a lot of people in the last couple of years, we kind of felt the crunch of expenses going up. So I know $15 isn't exactly cheap for a variant, but I think Dave is worth it.
He's super worth it. This is great. That's fantastic. I love it. You really get the vibe of that. And then here, this is the one that I can't wait to get. I'm going to be also picking this one up as well. You're getting the blank sketch cover, which is all black, by the way, and homaging an album cover. So, guys, Tate, you're good on this. Let us know.
Right. What cover is it?
What cover is this, Tate? Can anybody get this? Let's see. Come on. Let's go. Oh, I lost my thing. But yes, yeah, we're gonna get back to that. But you guys ponder that, and we'll come back. So check this out. And then here, if you want the metal cover, ooh. So metal are awesome.
Yeah, we always do our logo-less metal covers again. Being a metal comic, figured we should have metal covers. They do really well. We have rabbit backers for it. This is the first time I've been smart and didn't do it the issue after it was out because you have to print them and then have the metal cover made and it's fixed to the thing. So I always do it the next issue.
Okay.
And I said, that's confusing people. I'm just going to go ahead and have them produced before in advance so that, you can get it with the actual issue. So this will be the first time it's actually offered in chronological order.
Nice. Okay. And then this series is going to be, what is it? Is it 3 books?
Yes. This arc is only 3 issues. Yep.
Okay. Good question. That's the only thing I don't know yet. Loke wants to know, is it shipped to Canada?
It is. We do use pirate ship, so we have a reasonable, if you go to checkout and, there's some sort of crazy shipping charge or something, I can't control that with ZOOP. But if you check out, just contact me afterwards. We'll get it worked out. I have a reasonable shipper to Canada. It's usually around $14-15.
Ooh, nice.
Per one, less than a half a pound package. So you can get like all 3 covers or a metal cover or something for 15.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
You know, something bigger like Argyle might be closer to 18, but we can work it out. Again, if you want to contact me privately, if you're not, that's the one thing about ZOOP is they're a little bit more hands-on behind the scenes, so I can't really tinker and mess around with those shipping prices like I'd like to, but we definitely ship around the world. And again, we try to use the most reasonable providers so that we can get it to you cheaply, because I know
Nice.
that's a big thing. You know, I appreciate the people. We have some rabid backers over in like Germany and Sweden. Like, I always try to put like extra stickers or something in there that won't really add to the weight.
Aww.
But because they're paying $25, you know, to get each book,
Yes.
it's like crazy to me. And I just really appreciate that somebody would be that willing to do
shipping. I know shipping is so out of hand. I have a lot of people that will be like Australia, UK, like Brazil. They'll come in here, and a lot of times they you can't get it to ship over there. They really want like a hardcover item, and unfortunately, it's just too much to ship sometimes when they go overseas. But
yeah, we've had quite a few to Australia too, and that's one of the biggest. Like, it's a lot. But again, we use a shipper that you ship it to a U.S. warehouse and they kind of bulk it together to get a better price. So
nice.
I've never had a problem with them. It works great. It saves, you know, almost 50% for most of our international backers. So again, if you go to checkout and you're like, this is, you know, the shipping price is too high, just contact me privately and we'll work it out.
Perfect. And then where do you want to contact you? You could do that via here?
Yep, you can do it via there. All of our social medias are on there. I am Part-Time Comix with an X on all social media. You can contact me through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Part-Time Comix with an X at gmail.com, of course.
Yes. And I have linked that a couple times in here. We have you right here. Boom.
There I am.
And all the links are down below in the description as well. So if you have any other questions, plop them in here, because we're going to be leaving before the hour is up. So you have kids to go pick up and life to do. So you have all that good stuff. Okay. You have $30 if you want all 3 covers, including the sketch cover. That's awesome, because right here alone, that's $15. That's $25 there. So you're getting saving a little deal here too, bundling all 3 covers.
Yep. I mean, if you're willing to get them all, we definitely want you to get a deal on that. So we appreciate all the people who collect all the covers. You know?
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how people are going to do this cover, because I love it when people get sketch covers. But seeing it next to this one here, which is like the very black light neon one, I'm already picturing like neon Poscas on this thing that will look fantastic. Like,
please, someone do something like that. I would love to see that. And if you do something like that, please send me a picture. We'll put it in the back of a future issue or something.
Ooh, you hear that, guys? You hear that? And my love, I love this. I can't say anything more about this adorable little dude. I love him so much. This is Argyle. This is the plushie that you're going to get here. Look at his face. Look at his little teeth. Look at his little toes. I can't. They even nailed the fabric pattern with like the scale looking right here. Yeah. I already backed this. So I'm so excited about this.
Actually, he looked like he wasn't coming to life. You know, I was getting quotes and they were like, it was, you know, I wasn't going to charge people $60 or something. And one of my peers, you know, that's the good thing about this community. Everybody's always sharing. And she was like, listen, I have this very reasonable provider. I've worked with the vendor before. Give them a call. And sure enough, they did it for a third of the price. And the first one didn't have the scaly. And that was the only criticism. I was like, well, you know, if you could use the kind of like this material, and they were like, yeah. And then they mailed it over to me, and
yes,
he's perfect.
There's so many, and I could attest to the quality of that, because I have one of your friend's plushies, so I already know.
She is notorious.
It's quite great quality right there.
Awesome.
Yes. So, do you want to show the Argyle plushie one more time? I'm gonna make you big real quick. Okay. You got. Look at this.
This is actually what you'll get with all his amazing arms, his 4 eyes, his little scales.
It's so cute. I'm freaking out. I love this thing. It's adorable.
Yeah, he's soft.
He's so soft.
Not abrasive. He's got his little spikes. Yeah, he came out great. So I think he's going to do real well for Dan and I.
I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to go to cons and little kids are going to see that on the table. They're going to immediately run over there and going to want that. And yes, and the adults are probably like, you know what? I want this comic now too. Yeah.
You can get both.
You can get both. Hey, Michael, what's happening? I'm so full on Team Argyle. No idea. It's Great. And then, okay, so here is the trade paperback for volume 1, which is what issues 1 through 4 in here. It's fantastic.
Right here, yep. Big fat 114-page book.
Hold on, let me go back to you. Oh, look at that. Look at that sauciness. And the art is fantastic. Dan did such a great job in the interiors of those. I love the wolf pages, and the Argyle up in the corner page is my favorite.
Of course.
Yeah.
That is the number 1 page. His first appearance.
You got to have that. The first appearance of Argyle, which
if you want to contact Dan or I, these pages are available if anybody is.
I know. That page right there is highly sought after. Yeah. Let me tell you.
And this is, again, our mutual friend. I was about to blow the budget. I have to keep saying this. She literally, Carissa Grant of Worthy Chaos Comics, literally saved Part-Time Comics. I was ready to spend all the money we had made from the Kickstarter because I wanted a large order of books. I wanted to get a lot so that, you control the price point if you print more. And, if they get damaged or you give some away, it's not a big deal. It really helps, small businesses like ours. This is a huge point. And she was like, I think that quote's a little high. Contact my person. And sure enough, again, I got more books for less money. Didn't have to have, 8,000 of them lining the walls of my house. I was able to get a much more reasonable order, get some money for the next issue to get started going. And it was just a much smarter move. And she really, again, she's only been doing this, a year and a half. I've been doing this 15 years.
Dude.
And it's just so funny. People get stuck in their ruts with things that they use, or they're just used to it.
Yeah.
And then you get a newbie come along and say, well, think of it differently. Think out in it. And she was right. And she, again, I'll sing her praise forever. She saved the company. We'd be in bankruptcy probably right now.
I love Carissa. She's one of my favorite people. She's probably my number 1 person I've had repeated on here. But her hardcover, I know I need to, oh yes, you and Dan are on your way up there as well. Yeah, you're getting up there. But her hardcover book, I forgot to back that one, but I know she still has a couple left. I want to get that one. It looks so good. Her hardcover, it looks amazing.
I was skeptical. I was like, really, if they're doing it for that much, is it going to come damaged? And she was like, just order it. And she was right. And she saved us a lot of money, and we got a great product. It's as good as any other I was going to use. And now, Dan and I are really set up for the next couple of years of conventions, and it was a huge step.
Nice. So that's exciting. Speaking of conventions, are you and Dan going to come around to any stuff? Is Dan going to go to Cap City? Do you know?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I know Dan's been he took a day job this year. He's been trying to take his foot off the pedal of doing a lot of the conventions and stuff. He might still do New York, but I don't think he's. And maybe Motor City he's done quite often. That's where.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where I normally I ran into him last year. It actually has been a year because it was like July, I think. So yeah, that's been fun getting to hang with all you guys. It was great. And I love this book too. I picked up all 4 issues, so this is going to be like the 5th separate issue I'll be picking up. But Argyle, let's go Argyle.
And then of course we have a bundle with everything new. We also have a new button with the Doom Metal version of our logo by the amazing Dave Jordan. So you can get if you want all the covers, Argyle and the new button, get it at a deal. Save yourself $10.
Exactly. And you do really good patches as well, because we're gonna get down to your add-ons, because I have the Doom patch as well, and it's fantastic. Oh, actually I have the do I have the beanie?
The beanie hat. I think you have
I do. What did I don't know. I lost all my stuff. It's too hot. I have it all. I've been back in for so long. But yes, I want that sketch cover so bad. We're gonna be getting that soon. And then if you just want to do a tip jar because you're awesome and you rock on, just add some tips there. But here we're going. We're going to some add-ons right here. So
yeah, and again, we always love to see people catching up on the series now that we have a trade paperback, but we still have, of course, the first 4 issues again in a bundle deal.
Yeah.
And then we have our variant covers, which actually, if you notice that cover, that number up in the corner, we're running out of some of these covers. So we likely won't reprint the variants just because of the cost of reprinting. So get in if you want some of these awesome variants. I do not often praise myself, but I do have an eye for artists, so I definitely feel like I've picked great artists to do great covers and put them in a position to succeed. And I say, you artists, you need to draw heavy metal stuff, and they say, I will do it, and then it comes out great. No, I don't think we failed once.
You have not. Your covers, actually, we can attest to this as well, because when you were on last time, I famously spilled my monster all over your books. No. But they survived the monster attack, and little to zero damage, let me tell you. And they sat in a puddle of monster for a hot minute there. Yeah, but no, these are so good. When you see these in person, they just embody like kick-ass rock star / metal / all hell has broken loose and stuff needs to happen. But you know, you always got to continue to rock on as well. Yes.
And I'll tell you, it's been a challenge. You know, so people just do such amazing covers, and then I'm always like, okay, who's gonna be the next one? You know, we can't have a take our foot off the gas now. And everyone who turns one in is like, wow, everybody's doing amazing work.
I'm
so very fortunate.
Yeah, they're so good. Yes, rock on. And Tate here says the Pete Sells homage is incredible.
Yep, that was amazing. He also did some interior pages on some alternate scenes. Ryan Vella out of Australia did
yes.
The piece.
Vella did amazing. Yeah. He did some really cool covers. Oh,
he had an idea. I think he wanted to do a Slayer one, and I was like, you know, I kind of had this idea because it kind of ties into the series. Can you do a certain character in the Vic pose from
Slayer?
And he's like, yeah, we'll do that.
Slayer. I love Slayer. If you did not see that, I added Slayer Bloodline. It's your song intro for the reel today. Yes, let's go.
We may come back to a Slayer one, but I was
you might have to. You might have to. Yes. But yeah, no, this one right here, I think was my all-time favorite because I know we talked about this last time. Nightmare is one of my all-time favorite paintings, and nailed it. It's
great that you get that because yeah, that was one early in writing the series that kind of painting had caught my eye, and I was like, ooh, it kind of ties into the theme of her, you know, inner self and dreams and stuff. And then Matt is an amazing painter, and he just nailed it. This one doesn't get enough love.
It does not. I love those so much. They're really good. But yes, I want to say your mix of like the metal album cover homages plus like the painting stuff and like just other random stuff, it works so well together. Like it's meant to like be together because a lot of the old time paintings are so metal. There's so much just awesome, like terrible stuff happening in the background, but it works for like metal and like just rock starness. It's great.
And then you get somebody like Jonathan LaMantia there in the corner, the right corner. I was just like, I don't know. You draw stuff. Draw her head as like a skull, and he's like, "I got you."
Oh, perfect! I can make this even larger. So I wasn't sure if I could do that in that little blobby blob, but here we go. Oh, check this out. Look at you can see more detail down here.
Our first, she's amazing. Matt Fest on the right, Brian Chirilla on the bottom left with the wolf heads, and then Jonathan LaMantia again.
Yeah,
I feel like I picked the right people for the right book, and when I can just say like one sentence to Jonathan and be like, "Okay, I don't know. Her head's like a skull, and like you know." It looks crazy and it's melting. He's like, I got it. You're good.
Yes. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you see this actually like in person, this photo doesn't do it justice on here. The amount of like drippiness that's in there is intense and so good.
And I wish I had it ready because I did happen to buy the original off of him afterwards. And that's the hard part, that I have all these amazing artists I work with. And then I end up thinking any chance I have of making any profit off the book, it just goes back to the artist to buy their pages and stuff.
You know, I think
it's a good problem to have.
It is a very good problem to have. And Tate, how did you miss this? Because he's been on like 47 times. I don't know.
You can't catch them all. It's all right.
That's right, Tate. That's okay.
You can catch up now. There is also a digital catch up tier because we know not everybody can plunk down all the money on these amazing covers. But yeah, you can always get caught up. We're only, you know, it's indie comics, so it takes us a little bit longer. So we're only on issue 5 of the series. It'll be about 9 to 10 issues in the end. So we got plenty of time to jump here in the middle.
Yes. Okay. So if you guys are just jumping on and if you never used ZOOP before, I'll just run through how this works again. It's a lot like Kickstarter in the fact that it does not take money from you unless the campaign is ended funded. So you can back it now.
Yeah. Yes. If it's successful, you'll get charged same way as a Kickstarter, whatever credit card you provide. If we don't, you'll get a, hey, we didn't do it, we'll try again email. Okay. So let's not get that email.
Yeah, hopefully you guys don't do that. And also, when people send out their backer surveys, you must complete your backer surveys. I know a couple people forgot about those because life stuff has happened. But reach out if that happens in your case. Just reach out to somebody afterwards because maybe you'll still be able to get the item that they hold for you. So yes,
always. I just had somebody reach out 2 years later. You know, Sometimes we sell out of certain items, or if people don't. But I try to personally message and say, hey, you haven't responded yet. But stuff happens. So always
life
reach out.
happens.
If we can't get you that, and we'll work it out.
Exactly.
We don't want you to we don't want you to lose. Feel like you lost out on something. So we always try to work it out.
Oh, definitely. So
there is no hot dog tier. I will add one. Last time on Katie's show, I had to add a tier for a variant cover that was only an add-on because the person said I just want to back it as a tier. So we did that. So we'll do that for you. We'll add I don't know. Yes. We can get them a little hot dog costume.
Okay. Did you want to go over tiers, Tate? Because Tate, you can back today and then not worry about paying once it's funded. So just remember that.
And then of course, if anybody, we understand money is tougher and tougher. These days, everybody works hard for their money. Even a share, even if you only think you have two friends on social media, it helps the small business. It's so hard to get the word out. Every link I send out, Facebook just squashes, Twitter squashes. So if anybody can share it out, that sometimes goes even further than backing.
Even better, Tate. Exactly. So this is interesting.
A reminder: if anyone backs live on the air here, I have an exclusive item to reveal right in front of me.
That's right.
Even $1.
Even $1. Wow. Okay. Also, so Tate, if you go into the add-ons, you can get individual issues for issue 1, but if you come up here, you can get the trade paperback for issue 1 through 4 of the first series. Because this right here is issue 1 of the second series, which is going to be a 3-part.
And if you'll scroll to the middle there, those 6 main tiers there, or 9 tiers, you have to pick a reward first.
Yes.
These top ones, and then you go to the add-on. So you do need to pick one of those at the top first, and then you can add on whatever you want, or nothing. You don't have to add, of course, you don't have to. But those are the main rewards that you got to start with. That's kind of how they do it. Get your base item, and then you can add on from there.
Okay, very nice. So
you can add more. You can add more than one from the base rewards, like if you want the trade and other things.
You just hit,
of course,
and you just click it and you add it to your cart.
Yeah, and it keeps adding it. And then before you check out, you can see, hey, is this actually what I want? And then again, I like that. I think Kickstarter makes it super confusing when you're sitting there looking at the small print and trying to figure out what do I get in this tier.
Yeah,
it's hard. They're a little behind the times.
I like that they're adding more stuff to, like, especially like after campaigns, how they're extending the campaigns.
Yep, that's great.
I hope they make a thing like this eventually where you could go back and just click on stuff and add it without having to go start fresh from, okay, I have to redo my tier. Then people get confused by that because they, especially if they have original art tiers or they have something that's a 1 of 1, they kind of get screwed over because they think that they have to pick a different thing in order to get to the add-on to click something, but you just have to hit the button to go to the add-on page. But it shouldn't have to do that. If you just want to add something, you should be able to go and add it on there.
And again, no ill will. Kickstarter's been the number 2 reason, besides my amazing collaborators, that I'm even able to make comics this long. But they are very behind the times. It's a wonder that they are the most popular site because a lot of what they do is very non-intuitive, including they finally just added where if I did a campaign for Drumsticks of Doom and I open a new one and I want to use the same tier, I can now import it over instead of having to type it all. That was a huge change because you would have to input every single tier, every add-on, every campaign. So imagine that over, like Dan did 21 issues of Touching Evil. Imagine doing that every issue. It's so frustrating.
Yes.
But they've pushed themselves to do things differently, and that's great to see. And I think they will eventually go to a site like this where it's a little easier to kind of throw things together.
And plus, this is my favorite part. You can just click it, because what I was normally doing before, in order to open something big, like even here, it's still kind of small, so I open it in the image just to make it larger.
Yeah.
But it's still really cool that you guys can, like, it's good imagery. I think it looks good on the page here. So I mean, they're just starting to ZOOP, and I know like some people aren't wanting to go there because it's a newer thing, or
the other appealing thing about ZOOP is 100% comics and comics merchandise. Yes. They just did a board game for Tim Seeley's Hack Slash, and of course they were excited about Argyle. So they are branching out, but they are 100% comics, which is cool to me, right? We're one of only like 6 live campaigns right now. We're featured in their email blast. They put us on social media. So they to me, if you like comics, I think this is a site you want to support. I know they may not be perfect and they've had some growing pains. I don't work for them or anything, but I do think it's really cool. And to me, this feels like where comics want to be. You get a lot more personal attention They curate what they put up. It's not like, Kickstarter's great again, but there's 230 projects right now on Kickstarter. They don't have any time to answer my questions or to, put me out in an email blast or anything like that, because they've got thousands of projects every month across multiple, medias and stuff.
Oh,
but here
so
it's all
many.
comics.
Yeah.
And it's cool. I was on here with Jim Starlin at the same time. That was cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Up with some legends right here. Yeah, the patches look really good too. So if you're ever wondering what the quality of the patches, I actually have a patch and I have the beanie from last time, and they look really fantastic, along with the stickers too.
I'm very happy with the merchandise. The picks came out great. The buttons are great. The beard combs and the patches. The patch, really high quality embroidered patch. I was very happy because I was not necessarily into it, but the battle vests and metal are a huge thing. People love their patches.
Huge.
And I was like, oh, of course. Again, it has to make sense for the book. And that, is always, that's been a thing in heavy metal for 25, 30 years. So we're at.
we're gonna flash it on you real quick because we just had 2 pledges. Loke right here has just done and backed volume 1 trade paperback and the sketch cover. Okay. Loke, when you get this sketch cover, I want to see your sexy art on it because he also does cover art as well. So Loke, we got to get that. And what did you do? What did you pledge? You got the cover A sketch cover and the catch-up cover A's. Oh, man. Dude, Tate, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love that. Thank you guys so much. Yes, there's the patch. They look fantastic. Yeah.
And drum roll, please, you guys. You're awesome fans. Katie wants her exclusives. We have a paintable. We can get them on there. Argyle.
What?
D&D figure.
No.
Once again, Carissa Grant shared her. She has a 3D printer that she uses.
Yes.
I said, well, can you take a regular alligator and give him 4 eyes and 8 legs? And so that's going to be coming in the next campaign. We didn't get it in time for this one, but
cool. Yeah, I know Blake is going to be wanting that. I know he's also Team Argyle. I think we might be the 2 biggest Argyle fans, besides your daughter, who's adorable. Right. It's awesome. I love that. That's so cool.
So thanks, guys. Yeah. So that's another Kpop exclusive.
So excited about that.
We've only made 13 of them so far. Lucky 13, but we wanted to see kind of how they came out, and of course, they came out great. And again, it's hard when you have great merch because then you always have to buy one for Dan and one for me, and we end up keeping half of them.
Listen, I would also do that myself because I would be jumping in a pile of Argyle plushies right now. I'd be like, yes, Argyle. Yes, he's adorable.
The one that I'm keeping, my daughter made me I wish I had it here too, clay. She made a clay base of him crawling through the sewer. And she's like, so again, those kind of things are cool because she's like super into it. And she was so excited when they came in the mail. So
no, I love that. I love how your kids are like so involved in the stuff that you guys do. And it's awesome. Especially like Dan. Dan has his little beardo comic strips of him and his family are some of my favorite things. I love those.
Oh, I might have it here. Do I? Yeah, here I have it. His daughter started helping him at the convention, so she started selling some art. So of course I had to buy the rock and roll set that she made. Audrey, his little daughter.
He is an indie rock star. You ever see him in the Chicago area? Go catch him because he'll be doing some musical stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned that to everybody. Part of why I wanted to work with Dan is obviously first and foremost amazing illustrator, amazing person. He's been my friend for like a decade, but he's also an amazing musician. And I wanted someone who could understand the music side, not just how to draw a guitar, but how it's played and how it's held and how you sing into a microphone. So he's just the total package. He's also very handsome. So, he's a great guy to know and have around because he's one of those people you hate because he has the best hair too, better hair than me. He is one of those Renaissance men that you hate because they're talented in everything they do, but you love them because they're so talented and nice, so I'm very fortunate to have him working on this book, and he's dedicated to stick it out for the long haul. So,
he's so much fun. Yeah, we had a lovely chat. I forgot. Did we meet him at Cap City? I met him at Cap City last year, and the fact that you guys are amazing. Besides have buttons, you guys have a beard comb. Okay, there's at least 10 dudes in this chat right now that have the most luscious beards of all time. And let me tell you, you could get a sexy part-time comics beard comb.
Yeah, I'm so unprepared too. It also has the Drumsticks of Doom logo on the back. They couldn't fit both sides, so it does coincide with Drumsticks of Doom. And Dan is beardo, so that also fits with his
It does. It does.
We've only
fit.
sold
Yeah,
two of
here,
these so
here.
far. We sold one in the last campaign and one here. Where are my
What?
bearded people? Where are you?
They're right here. Kev has the most luxurious beard. Tate's got a beard. Like, what's good? What's up, beard guys? Yeah, here, let me drop some. Hold on, let me drop another link. That right there is Dan's Twitter right there. You can go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Go check him out. But yeah, that's awesome. You guys got a beard comb. And then you get all the metal covers for an add-on for $45. That's awesome.
Okay, so that one I made confusing. That's per.
Oh, per item. Okay, okay.
So you got to add each one.
Add each one. Okay, still for $45 for metal is pretty good.
So we did try to give it a little bit of a discount. And those are also dwindling down. The Maria Wolf one is insanely popular. So,
I love her cover. Her cover is great.
They cost a lot to print these, so we don't plan on printing them forever. They're pricey, but I think they're worth it. We also, I mean, you may have backed before. We try to be competitive with our pricing too, because again, I understand people don't, people work hard for their money. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. So I feel like $45 is a steal. Again, they all come without the logo, so you see them on the screen. They look so sick without the.
Hold on. Let me do this to make this bigger. Hold on a second. If you were to see these in the metal, because it doesn't do it justice, but all the colors and then the way it flashes, it like really pops and they look fantastic.
It might be reflecting, but make me big.
Wait. Okay, I will make you the biggest. Hold on one second. Wait, where are you? There you go.
I mean, there's really no way to like photograph them, but they just look so.
They look super glossy as well.
They're
just like when you're doing that.
So good. When I first saw them, I was like, wow, these are amazing.
Yes, they're so good.
This is Kelly Williams, Holy Diver.
Oh, Kelly Williams.
Ryan's
Peace cells. I've had a couple of those.
And I desperately want to do all the covers in metal, but they are expensive, so we'll talk about that maybe as the series winds down. But I have to resist sometimes over merching. Then like I said, I end up keeping it all for myself or being stuck with it. But it's just like all these great covers. It's like I want to just get them out there.
I remember the last campaign, and I really regret not getting the drumstick holder, the rockin' hand drumstick holder, which is awesome. So if you guys don't know, you get the rockin' hands, you slide the drumstick in the hands, which is awesome.
Have all this stuff ready to
right
go.
There. Look at that. The double sticks. Oh, the double hands with the stick. Yeah, come on.
I know. Again, I had to keep two for myself, but one of each.
Kev says he actually drew something for Dan for a giveaway for one of his Touching Evil campaigns. You would have rocked that, Kev. Kev does a lot of amazing horror art, which I love.
Yeah, and I followed that series very closely. That was a big reason I also wanted to work with Dan. I understand that he doesn't need lowly writers like me. He can also write amazing comics, which again makes me hate him even more. But he did an awesome 21-issue series called Touching Evil. If people haven't picked it up, a woman gets cursed with the touch of death, and she has to figure out how to get rid of it. It's just an amazing. It's up there with any kind of thriller you watch on HBO or FX or whatever. It's right up there with them. It's very well written. He has a big cast of characters, so it's more. Of course, he has this cool premise, but it's more about how are the characters in real life going to handle this situation. And it's just such a good series. There's 3 amazing hardcovers out of it, so definitely I encourage people to pick it up. Again, that was a huge part of why I said before I die, I need to work with Dan on a series because he's just an awesome comics creator. And I can't believe that series didn't blow up at Source Point Press. I feel like it should have been on a lot of people's best read lists and stuff. But
he does really good work. You do good work, but you also, I love it when you guys stream together because you do streams on your channel as well on YouTube, which I actually have linked down below. But I love it when you two get together and you can like talk to each other, like you interact. I love that. It's so much fun. I like going and give you guys crap in the chat.
Dan is definitely, I'm not the social butterfly. I have to kind of get myself psyched up for things, but yeah, he's I keep telling him, man, put your face out there. You got to get on these shows and talk to people.
Yes.
He works 2 jobs. He draws all the time, and I get it. He's got kids too. But
I woke up on a Saturday to do a stream at 10 a.m. and I am not a 10 a.m. morning Saturday person just for Dan. To stream with Dan.
That's very nice of you.
I know. I was like half done. I didn't think it was gonna make it through that.
But to talk to Ryan Vela, I had to wake up at like 7 a.m. because it was the next day in Australia, but I wanted to talk to him. So.
Yeah. He's just so much awesome work. I love seeing anything that he posts. It's really good.
Yeah, he definitely works in that style that just like viscerally appeals to me. That scratchy underground black and white art. I just love Ryan's stuff. He's so amazing.
It's so good. It's so good.
He's such a cool guy too. Again, he sings and plays music and writes his own music, and also is an amazing illustrator. And he's just all these great things, and he just makes you mad.
There's a lot of comic guys that have bands, or like a band that goes out now and is doing a comic about their band
all the time. Yeah,
it's awesome. I love that. I love seeing that. I love seeing like the music plus the art mixed together. It's great.
And that was part of why I got into comics. I was kind of transitioning out of being in a band and looking for that kind of creative outlet, and comics kind of filled that void for me.
One of the last Kickstarters you did, aren't you on the drums, rocking some drums?
Yep.
Yes. Dan loves his Arby's. If you never need to bribe him.
Ooh, I did not know Arby's. Arby's is also on the top on my list.
Nice. And
I'm gonna text him that right now.
Yes, do that. Yes, the Anna band. Anna band is great. And there's another band locally here that has another comic book out, and they're more harder rock, not symphonic metal, but I can't wait to have them on as well. And I'm excited. I love when people.
Yeah, you talked to Matt Knowles from Insymmetry Creations. He's an amazing musician too. It's like
I have their Kickstarter package down there to open.
Dan and I actually met doing an anthology series. One of our mutual friends, Wendy Freeman, was helping me bring people on, because we did realize we have all these people who make comics who were in bands or are in bands like Dan. Let's make an anthology. We'll call it Bandthology. And we did 3 volumes of all music-related comics. Actually, you can get them as a stretch goal in this campaign if we get there.
Yes.
But that's how I actually met Dan. So then I was like, oh, again, he's into the same things we're into, and we became friends. And I would like to go back to Bandthology or something again, because now I've met dozens of other people who do it, because I just feel like that's really cool. I am in an anthology coming up soon called The Set List, which is also all music themed comics. So I was actually invited to we're going to do an exclusive Drumsticks of Doom story for them. So
awesome. I love that.
Any way I can be involved in music themed comics, it's my two loves together,
I love that. I love when like you have different mediums crossing over each other, especially with like the art and music. It goes so well together, especially with comics. It just really works together.
And I want to say there was probably an earlier example, but it was probably Scott Pilgrim, where it was the first one where before the movie came out, but you felt like the music was coming out of what they were playing on the page. And that kind of really, as a, early 20s reader of comics, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I read other comics like Doom Boy and some other ones where I was fascinated by the way they could make the art look like sound. And a Moonhead and the Music Machine was another one. And just these amazing illustrators that can just make you feel like you're listening to a soundless, medium like comics.
I love that.
And Dan does, but obviously you've seen it. I knew he was the right one. Every time there's a page where I'm like, we're not going to put words, but I want it to look like they're playing. And he's like, yeah, no problem. It just looks, you can feel the sound coming out of the page.
You can. There's some really good band moments in this book that I really love. And I love this guy right here. I forgot his name. I gotta go back to the other page right here. The one in the chair.
Just our Italian.
yes. With him and Argyle, like just chilling. I love that. But there's some really good moments, like just band wise, that I love, and I love like the werewolves come out.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Hold on. You said Black Sabbath over the Beatles. Ooh.
That's the DJ. Basic premise, right? That what should have happened was as soon as people heard the first notes of the song Black Sabbath on the album Black Sabbath, all other music should have taken a backseat. But we know how the world works. They don't always make the right choices. So that definitely, maybe it happened in our universe for the better, so that people like us can enjoy it. But I definitely think that Black Sabbath sound, to me, I get why the Beatles ended up being the most popular band. They appealed to a lot more people. But Sabbath just came out of nowhere and was like, this is metal. We've just invented metal.
It's amazing. I love their sounds. And here's some interior pages right here, so you're really gonna look at like Dan's work, which is great. It's a really good.
It is not a huge book, so these pages aren't actually back to back. Just so people know, I just kind of wanted to give you a feel of what you're getting in this book without. It's only a 24-page book, so we don't want to spoil the whole story. But
it's a lot of jam-packed stuff happening in the 24 pages, so you really get your money's worth.
I try to. Dan pushes me a lot, and he's like, "Can we please have a splash page?" And I'm like, "I know, Mr. Artist Guy, you want to be this big splash page, but there's a lot of talking that needs to go on in this."
Yes.
So we go back and forth about that.
No, that's lovely. And here you go, more up close, personal view of my favorite thing, which is the 17-inch plush alligator Argyle with the Arachnigator. Let's go.
He's just an inch and 7/10 bigger than a drumstick, so you could pair him up with your drumsticks. Yes, he this is what you see is what you're going to get. We're ready to send this to production, but of course we need the support to put that down payment on the Argyle, so my wife can murder me in my sleep when we have 500 of them in my basement.
Oh no, yeah, but no, look at him, adorable. I'm so excited. He looks so cute. I love it. Yeah, no, they did such a great job on this plushie. It looks so good.
And if all goes well, he should be here in time for Halloween. So tell your friends who love Halloweeny stuff, please send them to the page. Again, one thing we did mention, ZOOP is also fund or fail.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I don't know if people know that. Obviously, it wouldn't be the end of the world. We could start over and figure it out.
Yes.
But of course, we don't want to do that. So please, if you have a cousin or a sister or whoever who loves, Halloween themed stuff, I think this would be a cool addition to anybody's collection. So please tell them. I've been trying to, go to stuffy groups and try and get the stuffed animal community to rally around this. And it's not working so far. But.
Right, I copied the wrong thing. Hold on. Oh, well, that was Dan. So go follow him on the Twitter. It's the wrong one I just clicked. But here, go to boom right there. That is the campaign for the ZOOP that we're looking at right now. It is a great story. It's a great read. I know we have to bounce in a second, but there are some stretch goals. And you showed a little sneak peek over here. But I'm looking at this $8,000 stretch goal right here. Where you're going to get an Argyle 8-page mini comic.
The amazing backers, if we can get there, we would get free mini comic added. Dan and I have already talked about it. There also will be a couple pages from my daughter's original comic. She wrote his origin story, so you could get a lot of cool stuff. That we'd like to pair that with with Argyle to kind of give him his own little book at shows and stuff. But you would all get it for free. It wouldn't cost you anything to be added on. I know that's a little bit of a leap considering where we're at.
Everywhere. But I want that in my life. I'm spamming this everywhere. We need this to make this happen. Let's go. Let's get this funded because there are 12 days left. And you're about a little over halfway.
Yeah, those stickers there too, we could also unlock. I actually have to say I designed those, so I'm very proud of my limited drawing skills. That's supposed to be that Polo Lacoste brand knockoff, and then that's just a cartoony Argyle that I wanted to draw.
I love it. It's so good. Yes, I really hope this hits the 8,000 because we need this. We need this in our life. I'm telling you right now, if you don't know who Argyle is, you're going to fall in love with Argyle, and you're going to want this in your life. And you're going to be upset if you don't get it because it's the best. Argyle is the greatest. So we have hit the time limit for you being on here, but you are welcome back any freaking time
thank
to
you
come
so
on
much.
here.
I'm sorry to run out on you, but
it's okay. It's okay.
I do really appreciate it. I appreciate you again fitting me in again for the second time, I think, this year in the last 6 months or so.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Yeah, this is a big step for us, the next series, and on to the next after that, hopefully in 2025. So.
Yeah, but you and Dan are welcome back anytime. I know you pop in my chat a lot, and you're just overall good peeps. But go follow him on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube as well, because you put a lot of good YouTube content out, and you do a lot of creator hangouts. And back the campaign. Go get you some Argyle. It is fantastic. We're gonna get out of here because you have kiddos to go do some adulting. Yes. Hold on. Let me make that big. Flash that one more time and get out of here. All right. Keep that on. Yes, rock and roll. Let's get out of here. And bye. And thank you very much, Jon, for hanging with us.